Okay, so how I teach fundamentals for Olympic Lifting Day starts with medicine ball. So, of course, we show them once from the front, once from the side, how to do a medicine ball clean. I break it up into a few steps. Starts out with the deadlift. This is where I'm telling them feet out air squat stance, wrapping your fingers around the ball, get butt low, chest high, shoulder blades back and down, do some deadlifts. Then we go through creating speed and momentum on the ball. Speed and power comes from your hips. So we are going to open the hips, big shrug with straight arms, let go of the ball. I'm not bending my arms, I'm not flicking the ball, I'm not pushing it away. I am simply standing up quickly, big shrug, straight arms, let go. With that, I try to emphasize the point, after we've done several reps, that it's the ball rising after I let go. It continues to rise. And at that point is our chance to get down underneath the ball. So I show them once more with a critical eye. See if you can catch it with a critical eye. That ball continuing to rise after I let go, after that shrug. Yes, I see it. Okay, great. So we're gonna start where we left off. The last thing that we did was we opened our hips, we shrugged. So now we're gonna practice getting underneath the ball. One person is gonna hold the ball on the top and on the bottom. The other person is going to start holding the ball exactly the way you were before you let go. So hips are open, big shrug, the ball's touching my belly. When I say go, you are going to get underneath the ball. So take a big breath and go. Note, when I get down in this position, my knees are bent, my hands, all they did was rotate. The ball is in the front rack position. So we practice that a few times. Then the next step, we're gonna go back, do it again. This time, you're gonna get underneath the ball. Person holding the ball is gonna let go with their top hand. You are just gonna stand up. So then I'm gonna put it together nice and slow so you see those steps in slow motion. It is deadlift, hips open with the big shrug, get under, stand up. Then in real time it looks like, and then we practice. So now going to use the PVC. This symbolizes your barbell. So our steps are very, very similar. Hands are gonna be outside of your legs, feet right up underneath your hips. We're gonna repeat those same steps. Of course, I'm showing them from the front, from the side, but breaking it down into the steps, deadlift. Then we do what's called jump and shrug. Literally want you to jump up off of the ground with a big shrug and straight arms. Looks like this. If clients aren't opening their hips enough, I will give them a squeeze their butt cue. I will often tell them at the top, we want to be looking like Frankenstein. Makes them laugh. Then we start with getting underneath the bar. I don't tell them that's what they're doing, but I tell them the next step is we're gonna start where we left off. The last thing we did was we were jumping in the air. So we're gonna open our hips, and I'll say hips. You're gonna get a big shrug, I'll say shoulders. You're gonna get up on your toes because you were up in the air. When I say go, you're going to get underneath the bar. So I'll say hips, shoulders, toes, go. And repeat as many times as necessary. Then in slow motion, deadlift, hips, shoulders, toes, get under, stand up. Then in real time, then with the snatch, reviewing, wide grip. Steps are very much the same, but remember we do a wide pass-through grip to protect our shoulders. I just emphasize that once again. Only a few things are different with this. So demonstrate the snatch. So the range of motion is the longest path of travel that we have. But the steps to getting there are very much the same. So we start out with the deadlift. Might emphasize that their chest is going to come a little bit further forward, but we still need to have butt low, chest high, shoulder blades back and down in that deadlift. Then we do that jump and shrug. The difference here, when I go the next step after the jump and shrug, when I go to do start where you left off, hips, shoulders, now I add in elbows. Going from this position is really difficult on those shoulders. So if we get the elbows high and outside already, and then it's kind of teaching them, hey, this is how we keep the bar close, it's very helpful. Then we go toes. I'm gonna say go, get under, stand up. So hips, shoulders, elbows, toes, go. Get under, stand up. Then in slow motion, deadlift, hips, shoulders, elbows, toes, get under, stand up. Then in real time, we practice together. That's pretty much how I teach the Olympic